and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Roskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data,
to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Psst, we bought that action.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left. left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute.
think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, yo, they just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at The Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
What up? As you can probably notice from the first few words of my voice, I am not Tory Lowe, but we gonna keep the energy going on this Monday morning.
We still gonna be powerful.
That's right. We gonna be powerful, and it takes a collection to replace Tory Lowe. Yeah. And the other voice you just heard is my main man, Damian Ellzey. What up, D?
What's up, Telly?
Man, it's like old times, man.
It's been a minute, brother. Me and you on the court together.
Right. The difference is it's light outside. None of that early morning stuff.
We got some energy at 1 o'clock as opposed to 7 o'clock when we just trying to get the energy.
That's right. As always, we got DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. What's up? It's good to work with you again, man. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
You gonna keep us in line, man? We know Tory. Yeah, Tory, he runs a tight ship over here, so we want to make sure that we keep the energy going and we don't go too far out of bounds.
He might be sick of me after last week. You sick of me yet, Brother Z?
Nah.
All right, bet. I appreciate you.
And he said it fast, man. Yeah. So, like, if he had to think about it, I would have been like, yeah, he wasn't sure about that answer.
We had a good time last week. Me, him, and Homer.
Okay.
It was kicking it.
For the whole week?
For the whole week. Yeah.
What's T-Lo on a very, very much-needed vacation, Brother Z?
Yeah, but I saw he was still helping family, so I don't know how much of vacation he actually took.
Oh,
he don't really take a vacation. He's just not here.
Yeah, that's what that is.
If the people need him, he's going to come to it, I would assume.
Yep, that's our brother Tory Lowe doing what he does, always uplifting the community, being on the front lines, making sure everything is everything. And speaking of that, I know y'all talked a lot about it last week, Dane, but this whole kidnapping, abduction story just continues to take twists and turns. Like,
it keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah, like you think that, man, once you heard about, all right, what they were doing and what the plot was, and you're like, all right, so she was the drug dealer, and now that they chased the dad in, but they didn't do nothing to him, they grabbed a little boy, and now a second suspect has been charged with the kidnapping, and he is one of the ones who jumped out of that white Jeep. I'm sure a lot of us have seen that surveillance video. Yeah. And apparently
it was 3 of them, though.
It was 3 of them. So the third one is a 14-year-old boy.
And so we talked about this a lot last week, and Brother Z can attest to this. We talked about this last week where we were talking about the trauma that as adults, we are placing on these youth. And these are, the oldest one was 38. So you're 38, damn near 40 years old, involving a 14-year-old in a kidnapping plot?
Come on, man.
What is wrong with the OGs these days?
And I'm telling you, man, this is it goes back to how things are so much different than when we were coming up. And there were certain things that you would never hear about, no matter how bad the gangs and fighting was. There was 3 groups of people that you never have to worry about: older people, women, and children.
Yeah.
I don't care what the beef was. There was no way any of those 3 group of people would be entered into the equation.
Yeah, unless the woman was directly involved, like this mother was directly involved in drug selling and stuff like that.
But that was rare back in the day. Yeah.
Right, that's still rare today, but it happens. So, but a 14-year-old involved in a kidnapping?
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on.
I mean,
you 14, that's 8th grade, 9th grade. 9th grade if you're smart.
Yeah.
That's 8th grade, bro.
And I got my uncle coming up to me, hey, we need to go get this money.
I need your help to go snatch up. So the 14-year-old was going to help snatch up a grown person. So then they go chase after the little boy. But it's so much worse.
It is. And again, today, a second adult was charged in the kidnapping of 7-year-old Jamal White. Here's a report courtesy of WISN Channel 12.
Breaking news in the dramatic kidnapping of a Milwaukee boy at gunpoint. A second man has now been charged, 38-year-old Fabian Johnson, as prosecutors lay out their case into the abduction of Jamal White. The case sparked an Amber Alert, but police found the little boy safe the next day. 12 News' Duke Carter has that new criminal complaint, and Duke, Johnson has been charged with kidnapping.
Hey, prosecutors say Johnson is one of the 2 men who jumped out of the truck and kidnapped the little boy outside of his home. This is on July 11th. So we want to show you all surveillance video from that kidnapping at 61st and Hughes. The complaint says Johnson is the person chasing White's dad into the home at gunpoint, and the complaint also says a 14-year-old boy chased White up the driveway, snatched him, and putting him into the getaway car. Investigators say Johnson, 25-year-old Corey Williams, and a 14-year-old plan to rob someone they believe to be a local drug dealer. Prosecutors say Williams told them that person is Siobhan Williams, Jamal's mom. Well, Williams, according to the records, admitted to being the getaway driver, and he was seen in court last week.
What you also said to the police is that when the mother did not meet you guys to pay the ransom, for a little while, you thought about hurting that kid. Those are your words in the criminal complaint.
That's a lie.
Okay, well, it's on tape. And we'll find out if it's a lie or not.
So that was Corey Williams, the first person that was arrested. And when you read the article, you can start to kind of get the sense that Corey's been in there singing.
Yeah, Corey started singing off top.
Corey started singing.
Off top.
And that's the other thing, that people that are out in these streets doing the things that they do, like, you got to know, there's very little loyalty.
No, it's not. The first person get caught gonna snitch.
Gonna snitch.
They're gonna snitch. You know, I used to have a cousin that worked in law enforcement, and he no longer does. He moved out of town, but he would tell me that they would be like, they would be making bets to see who was gonna snitch first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how easy they offering these dudes a little bit of time, tell them you're gonna be sitting for whatever, and who I got to snitch on.
Yeah,
you know. But back to the story. The 14-year-old, I didn't know the 14-year-old was the one chasing the little boy. That's new information for me that I just got from Duke. First of all, his name is Duke. let's talk about my man Duke.
We're gonna let this slide for now.
His name is Duke. I ain't never seen a brother named Duke. That's just me. But anyway, he's a unique man.
Maybe he's a junior.
He might be. He might be. He might be.
Or maybe not.
Duke. It just sounds like his last name should be Cannon or something. Duke.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway.
Duke something, yeah.
Back to the seriousness of this situation. The 14-year-old boy snatched up the little boy. So you got kids putting trauma on other kids. It's the trauma that we placing on these kids in these streets and in our daily society is what bothers me so much. Adult situations, adults being crazy and being whatever they doing, okay, ruin your life. But why you got to involve
now you got to involve
a 14-year-old? And why you got to involve a 7-year-old? And this, that, and other. And I don't know if you heard this, Telly, but last week on Friday, we read the whole complaint. And the mother not only did, so it wasn't about a ransom just out of nowhere. It was a ransom because she owed them some money. She owed them some dough, right, off of something else. And so they had been calling her nonstop. When they arrested the dude and they got to his phone, they saw that he had been calling her
like
nonstop.
all night.
Right. And then she calls once they snatch up the kids and talks to the kids, say, I'm gonna come get you. And then never comes to get the boy. So so this little boy done had his daddy run off on him. His daddy can say whatever. I'm not gonna downgrade him or berate him, but he ran off a little bit. When he could say he trained the little boy to do whatever. That was his story. Did you
facts are the facts.
Did you hear the story?
I didn't hear that part.
His story is, and we all know this. My YouTube people in the chat, y'all know it. In the classroom, they know it. That he said, "Oh, this is what we talked about in case this ever happened." He was trained to run off, so he did what he was supposed to do. He just didn't get away, type. Come on, man. Some cats jump out the car on you and your son. You don't jump in front of your son and be like, let him go. He don't got nothing to do with this. You hear from me. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let him go in the house. He don't got nothing to do with this.
He got nothing to do with this.
You hear and you hear from me. And then if he had done that, just think if he had done that, we probably would have never heard about none of this stuff happening. She would have just paid the ransom. He would have got out. Because the little boy got snatched up, now they got the whole community out looking for this little boy, and your ass know where he is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who got him.
You know everything.
You done talked to him, but you got the whole community out here
looking
hard, looking for this boy. People are traumatized. Another level of trauma. People are traumatized because they done seen this little boy get snatched up on TV. They thinking about their own kids. They thinking about protecting their own grandkids, their own kids they don't even have. It's just an effect on the community. But why they took this little boy. You could have got that little boy back because you supposed to be out here moving bricks. Hopefully you got some dust set aside, and for these situations.
Don't sound like it,
right?
Yeah. And the mother, I kept hearing about when they were making these 40-plus calls to her, she was basically at the club like, look, they ain't going to do nothing. Like, it's all good. She basically calling their bluff. And which she probably knew, like you can even look at them and tell like they weren't going to do nothing for real.
Keystone cops anyway. Yeah. They didn't do it. They didn't do a good job or whatever they was trying to.
Yeah.
Because the car they was in was the girlfriend's, somebody's girlfriend's car. How you expect to get away with something and your most clandestine move is I'm gonna just go get Shanae car. And that was offensive. I'm just gonna go get Sharice's. That's offensive to Sharice's. I'm just gonna get baby girl car. And take the plates off, and nobody will know it's us. Like the police and the feds ain't gonna look into your friends and see that your girlfriend, just happens to own a white Jeep, just like the one on the camera.
Everything can be summed up in how he even got caught. Corey Williams was in the attic of a house that the little boy was in. You think ain't nobody gonna be like, well, we ain't gonna look up there because people don't hide in the attic.
Do people ever, hey, yo, chat, y'all in the classroom, let me know this. Do people ever, and call in, y'all, do people ever get away with hiding in the attic? They try to hide in these courts.
And Frank got away with it for a very long time.
You're absolutely right. History shows that it can be done.
But look, there is that. But you just named one person in the history of mankind.
The goat at it, so it's
possible. She was up there for months, years, right? Come on. Hiding from the Nazis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. That's the True Talk to text line. And we want to hear what you think about this story that continues to take a lot of different twists and turns. But whatever the end story is, you can just tell this was not very well thought out.
It wasn't planned.
At all.
And you hiding in the attic. They going through the house, and I'm gonna just be quiet in the attic.
And we can definitely get more into the trauma of this entire situation, not just the 14-year-old boy that was coerced to be involved in this crime, but the 7-year-old who had to hear his mom say, hey, I'm going to come get you, and never come and pick him up. I mean, what type of trust you're going to have moving forward that your mom wouldn't even come and do everything she could to retrieve you after being kidnapped?
Your abandonment issues are through the roof now. You got daddy run off, or your mama didn't come pick you up.
Absolutely.
What else is there?
And again, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. We want to hear your thoughts, but we got plenty more to get to. We got to also, we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe and that $50 million lawsuit. Like everything that's been going on, that's been kind of brushed under the rug, but it was everything but when it first came out. And it cost him his job at ESPN and everything. But now it seems like the dust has cleared, and we'll give you the latest information on that. We got a rapper in Atlanta that's going to prison for life. We'll tell you who and why a little later in the show. And when we return, we'll get into some very unfortunate, tragic news from the entertainment world. There is a beloved Cosby Show cast member who recently just passed away. We'll tell you who and how coming up after the break. Keep it locked right here on 101.7 The Truth. This is the Tory Lowe Show, but you got Telly Hughes and Damian Ellzey replacing him for today. Again,
are we the cousin subs of the day?
Are we the cousin subs? I don't know, Zach. I don't know anything about that. Are we the cousin subs?
Is that just when Homer's here? Is that just when Homer's here? We the cousin subs? So apparently when we sub in, we're the cousin subs of the day.
Well, there it is. We the cousin subs of the day. Telly, Dame, we back after this.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Is this Eastside Double R?
Speaking.
Hey, what's happening then? Tell the family I said what's happening then.
Hey, y'all hear him?
What would you do with $5,000?
Man, I'm about to give back to the hood, you know. Might do a little block party or something like that, but we're going shopping first.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer?
Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Happy kids heal faster. And that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What we got here?
What is this?
I typed in the Cosby Show. This is what popped up.
That is not. That's Cosby-like. That is not. And see, me and Brother Z been talking all week because we were talking about the Clips album and all of this other stuff. And he was like, "Man, I was born in," and I'm like, "Okay, I feel you." But this is not the Cosby. It's the Cosby-like. That's like when they give you a beat on YouTube and they be like, "A beat like such and such." That's the beat like.
Yeah, this is kind of like when maybe Heathcliff and Claire were having a date night at the house and they will play this music.
Something like that.
Yeah. So it is Cosby-ish.
Yes.
But the reason why we are even mentioning the Cosby Show because I have the unfortunate news of Malcolm Jamal Warner that I need to pass along. Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played son Theo on the Cosby Show, dies at 54 after drowning on a family trip. Yes, him and his family were taking a family vacation in Costa Rica, according to People magazine, and Warner drowned while swimming. And people of our era, Dame, I mean, we grew up watching this show, and this was the only, and probably, no, I wouldn't say probably, this was the first black family show that showed a black family successful.
Yeah.
You had Bill Cosby as a doctor, Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable. You had Claire Huxtable. She was an attorney, the mom. And when this show came out,
and you had all of their friends were successful. There wasn't like the broke friend that came through. Right. They were taking care of them. There was none of that.
No one came to live with them because they had a bad situation going on. It was the model family that you never saw before the Cosby Show, because any other shows, it depicted black people in certain ways. And this was one of the first shows. And
what you had? What's happening?
What's happening? Good Times. The Jeffersons.
But they was rich, but they were like,
they had a lot. I mean, each show dealt with different things that they assumed black people would always have to deal with.
The Jeffersons was rich, but they was like the rich family that hit the lottery. Because he, even though he was a businessman, owned a dry cleaner, he worked his way up to that. And
that's why the song, we're moving on.
Right, but he was still hood. So it was like a hood. That was the whole niche of the show, hood but rich.
Right. So, again, unfortunately, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played Theo, the son, in the Cosby Show, has passed away. A representative for Warner did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Malcolm Jamal Warner played Bill Cosby's only son in the sitcom from 1984 to 1992. That's a long run. Yes, that's a very long run.
The TV show.
And for Warner, after his Cosby days, because a lot of those actors struggled after that because there was such a big role, and if they couldn't find any movies to put them in, because again, with actors back then, you're typecast as a TV person. You're a TV sitcom. You're actor. You're not a movie actor, and it was a difference. But Malcolm Jamal Warner went on to play in Malcolm and Eddie, which was on from 1996 to 2000. That's a really good run
too.
And so he has definitely.
He had his own TV show for a second.
Yes, he sure did.
He had a TV show because he had the spinoff, and I think that was like for a good year or so. It didn't stay on long. But I know he had the spinoff where he was like a social worker or a council worker at a group, a community center or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And more recently, he has starred in Major Crimes, Suits, as well as The Resident.
Right, I was going to say it was a medical show.
Yeah. He's even been on 911 and Alert lately. And, this is just so unfortunate because there are so many ways that we are losing so many people at young ages. And, drowning doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't come to mind as one of the ways that, people have been, leaving us.
What's crazy is I grew up with a brother named Sherman Galbraith. We went to middle school together, played ball in middle school. He ended up going to Tech. He played ball at Tech. I played ball at Riverside. We was always, because we went to middle school together, it was always a crew of us that always hung out. And Sherm ended up becoming successful, working for a law firm and stuff like that. And he passed in a similar way, went on vacation, and he drowned accidentally. Mm-hmm. And so that happened, I don't know, it was a while ago, 20-something years ago, 25, 26 years ago. It was a while ago. We were still very young, right? Mm-hmm. And so to hear this happen to Malcolm is just like, wow. It brought all of those feelings back, all of those emotions back from when Sherm passed. And so it's crazy. It's basically the same story. He never took vacations. This was like his first vacation as an adult. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that for Malcolm, but it seems like he probably works a lot as well. Like you just listed all of his things, mm-hmm. and you take a vacation with somebody you love, with your loved ones, and to pass on vacation, is just that's crazy because nobody expects that to happen.
Yeah.
You go on vacation, you expecting, okay, I'm safe. I'm on vacation unless mm-hmm. you're going to,
You expect to come back.
You expect to come back.
Yes, you expect to come back.
And your people are expecting you to come back.
Yes.
All of that. Nobody's expecting, because, you always, this is America, this is the world we live in where, anytime somebody leaves the house, you worried a little bit. Mm-hmm. Whether it's big or small, there's a little worry.
Yep.
In this case, he's on vacation with his family, so he's off swimming. Nobody's expecting anything like this to happen. And on a personal note, when I grew up listening to or watching the Huxtables, it was like I kind of related to Theo, even though they used to call my family the Huxtables because my mother had a bunch of degrees. My father worked at Harnish Fager, mm-hmm. was flying to Canada, doing stuff back
so
then.
y'all were the Huxtables.
We was getting we had two Mercedes. We was getting bread.
Oh yeah, y'all was the 414 Huxtables.
My mother had the black one, I think, and my mother had the yellow one, and my father had the black one. I don't know whichever one. And so when we would go to middle school, they would call my sister the Huxtables, and so I was like, I kind of like aligned myself as almost like a Theo-like young man, the troublemaker, just wanted, I can live off bologna and cheese, stay and stuff. You just, because it's all we had, right? That's all we had. And to hear that he passed at 54, if I hadn't been dealing with someone that had passed recently or dealt with Sherm passed when I was young and things like that in a similar manner, it would bring into question your own mortality because it's like, we watched this dude grow up.
Yeah.
We grew up with him. Mm-hmm. And for him to pass at 54, it's just like, it's a lot of young people passing for whatever the reasons are. You had young Twan pass 52, 53. My man Twan Mack passed 53, 54.
Yeah.
The young early 50s.
Like, you never heard that back in the day. Like, you usually hear of people passing away when they get older. Yeah. Not, and if someone passed away when they were younger, it was like a car accident, or it was something like that, where it was just immediate and tragic. And but you bring up some great points, Dane, because not only we grew up with them, that also means we're pretty close in age to them. Yeah. And you start to look at, man, I'm not that far from 54.
No.
And so you mean to tell me I got 7-8 more summers left, and that's it?
Possibly, if I'm on the same trajectory.
Yeah.
When my father passed, he was the oldest of all of his cousins. He had a bunch of cousins, boy cousins, and they looked up to him. He was Big Wally. He passed, right? And when he passed, they were all crying and they were all blubbering. And I understood, because the guy they looked up to, Big Wally, the one that beat up police officers and threw their gun in the lake. They had all these great stories about my daddy, right? And so then I'm talking to my moms, and I'm like, why are they being like that? You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be. She was like, they're crying for your daddy, but they're also crying because now he's the first one out of them to pass. So now their mortality is staring them in the face.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's real. And I've been there, earlier than them having to be, but I've been there myself, where someone you knows passes, and now it's like your mortality is staring you in the face. Like, that could be me. Somebody
you grew up with. I know. Wow, it's hard to even believe this, but in 22, it's almost been 3 years, I lost my oldest brother, and he was 53. Wow. And this was somebody, and I've already lost my parents. I lost my dad in 14, and I lost my mom in 17. And, well, actually my dad in 13 and my mom in 2017. So you think that you are prepared for it, but when it's your sibling, it hits different. Yeah, because imagine that. Yeah, you just think about, man, like, I grew up with this person, and the last thing we thought was one of us, because it's 5 of us, one of us will not be here at the age of 53. Like, that's something that you would never think about. Imagine it. And so it does make you start to think about, man, like, because especially when you look at Malcolm Jamal Warner, it wasn't like he wasn't in shape, and he was doing things right. Yeah, and it's just happening. Exactly. So, very, very tragic stuff there, and we definitely want to pass that along. Again, Malcolm Jamal Warner, best known as Theo Huxtable in the hit sitcom The Cosby Show, has died at the age of 54. And speaking of other entertainment, there's one that got in a lot of hot water after a $50 million lawsuit was sprung on him. We'll let you know who it is and how he has settled his case. More of the Tory Lowe Show when we come back.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Why did Old National Bank decide to create this program?
You know, it was something that was near and dear to the heart of our chairman and CEO, Jim Bryant. Jim wanted us to do more in the African-American communities, more with minority-owned businesses. So he approached Roland Shelton, who was my boss in Evansville, Indiana, and said, Roland, we need to do more. We need to create a program that's going to allow individuals, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to access capital a lot better than traditionally we've been doing. And so we created the Empowerment Loan Program 2 years ago.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Ben Jammin with his truth.
Truth Nation and all the juicy jammers out there, can I be real with you for a second? We live in a world that's obsessed with right now. But God doesn't do right now. God does right on time. Psalms 27 verse 14 says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Truth Nation, there was a time in my life where I felt completely stuck. I couldn't find a job to save my life. I'm talking interview after interview. And my gas tank was always on empty. Just pure struggle. I hated it. Then I finally caught a break. One morning, I got offered a job at the Hilton Hotel. All I had to do was sign my paperwork at 10 a.m. and I'd have a job. Only thing was, I didn't have the gas to get there. So I made a plan. Wake up early, Benjamin. Go donate plasma, Benjamin. Just to get $50. Yes, Benjamin. Buy yourself some gas and pay your phone bill. Now, I hated donating plasma, but it was my only means of income. The plan sounded simple, right? But everything went wrong that morning. From no gas in my car, to the donation of my plasma at the plasma center, to me not getting the job at the hotel because I was late. I remember crying out to God, what do you want from me? Now, a week had went by, and a good friend looked at me and said, Benjamin, you can't rush greatness. And you know what? My friend was right. Because if I had got what I wanted at that time, working at the hotel, then I wouldn't be over the radio talking to you all each and every day, letting y'all know how amazing you all are. So if you're waiting for your moment, feeling drained, literally or spiritually, don't quit. Don't rush what God is still preparing. Because sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin' and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Okay, I had to let the beat drop before I started talking. Welcome back to the Tory Lowe Show. I'm Telly Hughes, in for Tory Lowe, also Damian Ellzey.
Yes,
we
sir.
got to partner up for this one, and thanks for listening in, tuning in, and we've been talking about, of course, that kidnapping story and abduction story of the 7-year-old, and there's just more twists and turns about that. We'll get into that more as we continue in the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we have been discussing the unfortunate news that just came across that Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played son Theo on The Cosby Show, died at 54, and the cause of death is a drowning on a family trip. Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. I see Reg is on there. Reg, what up? Good afternoon. What's your question or comment?
Yeah, man. That's one of them names that just to grab your attention.
What's that? Reg?
When I heard it, I said Malcolm Jamal. I think that the guy playing on the Cosby, right?
About himself.
And then I listen, cause my kids grew up looking at the Cosby, and I'm in my 60s, Like, that's why the Bible says our life is like a vapor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 1 second we hear, man, I buried 2 of my family members last year. You have no idea what that felt like,
Yeah.
And it was man, it was just awful, man, man, and my condolences go out to that family, and I'm glad you guys are taking out time to reflect on that, man. That really hurts, man. Golly, man, boy, I'm praying for that family and everybody else, and praying for that family that did all that stuff with that little boy, and bringing all that trouble to your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost cost that young boy his life, man. Boy, come on, money ain't that important now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, God bless y'all.
Thank you very much. God bless you as well, Reg. And Reg make a couple of really great points. And again, when somebody, if it's someone that has been in your house, and back then the Cosby Show used to come on, I remember vividly, every Thursday night. Every Thursday night
Cosby Hour
on
starting
NBC.
At 7, then it would be then Different World came on.
Yep, came on at 7:30.
Before it was the show with the white family that would come on at 7. Then the Cosbys would come on at 7:30. Michael J. Fox them family Ties, was that no? Yeah, it was Family Ties, wasn't it?
I think it was Family Ties.
Yeah, they would come
something
on
like
they
that.
would come on at 7, and then Cosby's and them would come on at 7:30. But then once Different World jumped off, then Different World came on at 7, and then the Cosby's would come on at 7:30, and Family Ties got moved to like 8 or something, or Wednesdays or whatever it was. But yeah, man, you see how I still got the schedule there.
Yeah, you do.
And what was crazy was my sister won some judo lessons, right? One of the best things she ever won. And so she wasn't gonna do it. She's like, I'm not never taking up judo. So I ended up doing it. So my mama made me do it. So I ended up taking up judo at Judo Incorporated. It used to be on Fond du Lac then, but now it's like on Green Bay or something. This cat named Norm was running it back then. And I fell in love with it. But the only thing was they practiced on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, boy.
So I almost didn't do it.
Yeah.
I ended up doing it. I did it for 3 years. Got really good. Won a bunch of tournaments. Was flirting with talking about the Olympics. That's how good I was, Telly. I was whooping up.
Wow.
Because I used to get mad. This is a short story, y'all. We got 3 hours, so I can make these stories happen now in 3 hours. It's different when you only got an hour. When you got or 2, you got 3. You can tell your stories. And so I used to always lose the first match, and it was always in Sheboygan or Delavan or some white community, right? Mm-hmm. And so here's this black boy and so they would cheat me the first match. And so then my mother would get so mad at me. My mother was this black revolution. I told you my mother and them used to paint Santa Claus black. That's how they was, right? So they would get so mad at me that I guess it would be traumatic now if you soft parenting. You couldn't do that. But she would pull me to the side. You let that little white boy beat you again. I'm going to beat you when you get home. Stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I would go on. They would have a round robin, so you would lose the first one, and then you can make your way back up to the championship. But you got to win.
Through the consolation bracket.
Right, but you got to win 10 matches instead of just winning 3 or 4, right?
Right.
So I would be throwing little white boys all over the place and get back up to the championship, and then that person that beat me, I would beat them. And so I say all that to say I fell in love with judo. So, but in order to keep doing it, I was like, y'all going to have to tape The Cosby Show. So they would tape The Cosby Show and Different World and all of that stuff. And then when I got home from judo practice, then I would watch it. So I watched everything on tape delay. And I'm glad they didn't have cell phones and stuff then. People be telling me what's going on and this, that, and the other. And again, I say all of that to say that's how important
it was.
That show was to us and that era was to all of us as young kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And when Rez just said about his kids growing up on The Cosby Show, that was real because that was the only other black family, successful black family that you got to see if you weren't around other successful black families, which a lot of us weren't. Mm-hmm. So it gave you something to aspire to. It gave you something to say, hey, that actually can happen. Yeah. And so it is very, very unfortunate. And
it actually can, because my sister, I see it's 3 hours. I can tell these long stories. Mm-hmm. My sister is a lawyer, like Claire was, and her husband is a anesthesiologist nurse. So he went to medical school. So they are really like. If we were the Huxtables coming up, they are really
the Huxtables.
The Huxtables now. Because she's a lawyer. He's in the medical field making a bunch of money. She's lawyering, doing whatever she does, making a bunch. They live in North Carolina, and they are the Huxtables.
Yeah. Oh,
but they get that idea from the TV show. That's how important it was.
Yes, it was. And so, again, Malcolm Jamal Warner died on a family vacation. And at the age of 54. Truth Nation, keep them coming. 833-212-1017. We want to hear from you. And we know you all have some form or fashion in terms of memories when it comes to The Cosby Show. And we're going to get to them. Shannon Sharp, a little lighter in the pockets. But we will tell you how much when we come back. Keep it locked right here on The Tory Lowe Show.
More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms, and you can be a beneficiary of it. If you've got a heart for Milwaukee and qualify as a Milwaukee resident, take advantage of City on the Hills Health Clinic today. Just visit cityonthehillmke.org. That's cityonthehillmke.org. City on the Hill, hope, healing, and health for our city. Visit City on the Hill today.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We got Dame time in here today. Damian Ellzey along with Telly Hughes. We're filling in. We are the cousin subs of the day.
Yes, sir.
Subbing in for our main man,
say what
Tory
kind of
Lowe.
sub you are, though. That's another rule. You got to say like Homer was the club sub.
Oh,
One day I said, should I tell him, Brother Z? Should I?
It's you.
Should I tell him? Okay, one day I said I was, whatever is all meat. And it just paused and it went, honestly.
Pause.
And it went crazy over the chat line. And so now every time I'm on here, it's what do you mean by that? So last week I was just picking different subs. Like I was a jalapeno spicy Philly sub because somebody had made me mad. I went off on, I think it was Eddie and somebody else. Who else did I go off on last week, brother?
Winky Blue.
Winky called in there on some mess.
Oh, boy.
And so I went off. Me and Winky got into it, but that's my brother. I like
some things don't change.
No, it doesn't change. So you have to think, by the end of the show, you have to think of what type of sub represents you.
I mean, come on now. Dame, if you know me as well as you claim you do, you already know what I'm on.
Well, okay. What kind of sub would you?
What's my diet?
Oh, okay.
Bruh.
He's right. You'd be a vegetarian type.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm a vegan.
He's a vegan, so you're a veggie sub.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's simple.
No meat for him, pause.
Or cheese.
No
dairy. Look at Brother Z shaking his head. What you shaking your head for, Z?
Let that rumble
in the garbage. Ain't no protein, ain't no sauce.
Nothing. He ain't got no cheese.
He's toasted.
And see, what y'all said is
you might as well just eat some bread and butter. You can't eat the butter, can you?
So do you guys? No butter for real. See? So y'all think I starve or
No,
what do you think, brother Z?
Sounds like it.
Do I look like I'm starving?
We don't think you starve, but do you ever miss? Protein.
I've been doing it for so long.
We're not going to say, do you ever miss meat? Because I don't want to be paused.
No, you say that because when people find out I don't eat meat, that's the first thing they say. What do you do about protein?
Well,
the last time I checked, don't no brothers walk around and be like, hey, man, you get your protein today? Don't nobody say that.
Actually, in my chat, they do that. They have become health conscious.
And then they'll be like, "Hey, you get them wings too?"
They become health conscious and they be on me. I'm a little bit overweight, so they be on me like telling me I eat brisket all the time or something like that, trying to rib, So they all eating protein all of the time, weed and all of that, whatever it is.
Don't nobody say that. Yeah, don't nobody say that.
But I say all of that to say, you're right, because gorillas don't eat any meat. They just eat, vegetation, and they're very strong. So it's about what you eat and how much you eat of it, where the protein can be added in, what you don't need. That's a myth of the
I'm just saying, man,
that you gotta have.
That's what people, and that's what they have been brainwashed for, and that's why beef is going up.
Yep.
Because you feel like you gotta have meat. Ain't that right, Brother Z?
Every day.
Brother Z, do you feel like you gotta have meat every day?
I eat it every day.
You eat meat every day?
Some form. Turkey, chicken.
Mm-hmm. Wow. How many days you think you can go? So yourself. if I went and placed a bet on the over-under, how many days consecutive you think you can go without eating meat? I would just give you 2 days.
I give myself 1.
I did it for a little while. I did it when I first came back. When I first came back from Florida A&M, I was, very earthy and righteous. I had dreadlocks and stuff, had little twists, and they were growing out. And I stopped eating meat for about 3 weeks. But I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it right though. I was eating beans and just red rice and beans and stuff like that. I wasn't eating salads and all of that stuff. So it was messing me up. I was getting headaches and stuff because I was doing it all wrong.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We've been teasing it the whole show. And before we get to this break and get to the second hour, we got to tell you what happened with Shannon Sharpe. And he was able to, what did he do for that woman?
He gave her $50 million. She was able to retire.
Exactly.
Brother Z, did you see that? She was an OnlyFans model, and then she put out a retirement note like she was retiring from the NBA. Like she was a professional athlete. Like this is my swan song. I thank you all for being so supportive.
But basically, you know what she reminded me of? She reminded me of T.I. when he got his money.
When he got that,
he said, "Look, I ain't got to do this no more.
Yeah,
I ain't got to rap no more. I ain't got to do nothing." That's basically what she said. I don't have to be on IG no more.
I don't have to be on. She was on OnlyFans. She was.
That's right. Yes.
Selling whatever she was selling. I don't know what she was selling on OnlyFans because I'm not a subscriber to her, but she was doing whatever.
Man,
they make a lot of money on OnlyFans if they popping. And so she was like, "I'm out." Thank you, Shannon.
Man, oh man. So Shannon Sharpe, hopefully he learned his lesson. And come on, too, man. You 50-some years old. What are you doing messing with a 19, 20-year-old? What do you think you got in common with her?
We'll talk about on the other side what he think he got in common.
Yeah, we'll do that.
A plug in a socket. That's what he
Truth Nation, keep them coming in. Your text and your calls, we appreciate it. 833-212-1017. Hour number 2 of the Tory Lowe Show coming up, and we will revisit that story that continues to get more twists and turns to it. A second adult charged in kidnapping of the 7-year-old that we all know and have seen surveillance video on. We'll get into that. And again, Cosby Show actor, son Theo Huxtable, Malcolm Jamal Warner, dies at the age of 54 to an apparent drowning. And on our True Talking text line, 440 says, Telly, the Cosby Show in a different world sent a lot of black brothers and sisters to college just because they saw what they could be on TV. Man, Brother Wayne, I second and third that motion because you are absolutely right. The way that show was able to inspire so many who have never thought, because honestly, growing up in East St. Louis, I didn't even know what HBCUs were until I saw the Cosby Show and them rocking those sweatsuits. But anyway, again, keep it locked right here. Hour number 2 coming up on the Tory Lowe Show. Keep it locked.
Carrie, where's Tory Lowe and Dr. Ken at? I'm trying to knock these commercials out.
How am I supposed to know, Sherwin?
Well, I'm about to do their parts because my impressions are on point anyway. This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon, and I want you to download the Truth app in the Google Play Store and Apple Store so you can never miss my show or any of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Really, Kyle?
Sherwin, you are crazy.
Sherwin, your impression of me is horrible. Move. Give me my mic. I guess I'll just repeat what Sherwin said. Go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store to download the 1017 The Truth app today so you can take the home of Milwaukee Black Talk with you wherever you are.
Can't listen live? Download the new 1017 The Truth app on your smartphone today to catch up on all your favorite shows. Search 1017 The Truth on your Google Play Store or Apple App Store so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry. This is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. An officer involved in 3 separate deadly shootings is ending his career in law enforcement. During his time as an officer with the Wauwatosa Police Department, Joseph Mensa killed 3 people in the span of 5 years, but was never charged in any of the shootings' deaths. Mensa resigned from the Wauwatosa Police Department in 2020 and was hired at the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. On Thursday, Mensa submitted his resignation letter, citing personal and professional reasons. His final day with the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department will be July 31st. 2 Sheboygan County teens have been sentenced after a disturbing child sexual assault case involving 2 young siblings. Investigators say the assault was recorded and shared at Random Lake High School last year. 17-year-old Spencer Dietrich was sentenced to 1.5 years in prison, while Cole Gutman was sentenced to 4 years and must register as a sex offender. Gutman also faces separate charges in Ozaukee County for a 2022 case involving assault of a 10-year-old. Both teens are charged as adults. A resounding no vote for unionized Milwaukee County Transit System bus drivers leaves open the possibility of a strike. The union rejected a 1-year contract offer from MCTS officials with a 91% no vote Friday. Earlier this month, union members voted to authorize a strike over concerns about worker burnout and safety. MCTS says it's disappointed that a contract has not been reached, but that they, quote, respect the rights of our employees. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
What's up? Hour number 2 of the Tory Lowe Show. I'm Telly Hughes along with Damian Ellzey. We are the cousin subs of the day as we fill in for our brother Tory Lowe. Again, Truth Nation, thanks for keeping it locked right here. 833-212-1017. Myself and Dame will take you up to the 4 o'clock hour. Plenty to talk about, plenty to talk about. And the story that seems like there is a new development every single day is the kidnapping charges that have now reached a second person in the abduction of a 7-year-old Milwaukee boy. Fabian Johnson, 38 years old, is the second man that was wearing all black in the video that jumped out of the white SUV or the white Jeep and chased the little boy's father into the house. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're wondering who the third person was that chased the little boy up the driveway, that was none other than a 14-year-old boy that was in on this abduction as well. Brother Z, do we have that report from Channel 12 again? All right. Right. So we're going to give Brother Z an opportunity to pull up the report, but a second adult has been charged in kidnapping of a 7-year-old boy, Milwaukee boy. And
you talking about the report that Duke gave?
Yeah, we're going to hear from Duke again. Yeah, I think you like Duke, don't you? But here's the thing.
I want to know if that's his real name. If anybody know Duke, let's find out if that's his real name.
Here's the thing with this, though. If this, let's just take out the fact that it happened in Milwaukee.
Right.
And you're anywhere in the country and you hear this story and you continue to hear the developments of it, you'll be like, man, this is a movie, man. This ain't real. You got a drug dealing mama. You got people that are trying to abduct her son to get ransom money that she allegedly owed. And like, I mean, what type of movies were you
like watching? An episode of Power or The Wire or something like that. That's what it sounds like. Because I got people, my sister's in North Carolina, so my mother and my sister, they both down there. They done hit me up. Like, dog, what is going on at home? What is this? And I break it down to them, but it gets worse. And so then I got I got people I know out in D.C. in the DMV area hitting me. And then I got people in Texas hitting me. People out, my brother Tashambi out in California hitting me like, dog, what is going on, Day? What is this? And
wow.
So we're having all of these conversations. So it's on the national news, and it's only every day something else comes out.
Wow.
And it seems like there's going to be more that comes out because there's a third person, right?
Yeah.
But we haven't heard anything about his charges or whatever the case. There's so much.
But I mean,
the little boy.
Maybe they trying to figure out how to charge a 14-year-old that helped abduct a kid,
right? So
half his age.
Maybe there's a story to the 14-year-old. And where's his parents at? What's going on?
Come on now.
Was he coerced? Like you said, was he coerced into doing this? Like, you gonna come do this, or X, Y, and Z is gonna happen? You know what? Why would I keep going back to this, but I don't understand why you would even take the foot. Why you need him? You got the driver, you got you.
Go get another grown degenerate that don't want to do nothing with their life. Why would you go and try to ruin someone who is 14? Mm-hmm. And it's just it's way too much.
Yeah, nobody else that you hustle with that's an adult. Maybe all them cats was like, man, are you crazy?
Yeah, and on top of that, let's not forget about the fact that this mom didn't even want to come and pick her own son up.
Yeah.
And man.
There's so much like I said earlier.
And she impeded the investigation.
Yeah, because that's what they holding her on right now is obstruction because she knew who had her and she didn't say nothing.
Right. Here's the thing. She had all the answers to the questions, but she didn't want to reveal it because
who has them? Why did they get them?
Yeah.
She know.
Because she would incriminate herself if she answered these questions. So she like, I don't know why they want them. So all of a sudden, one day, out of the blue, they're going to pick your kid, and you think investigators are going to believe you?
Right. And that's
come on, man.
And that's the sad part about all of this is that at least give the Milwaukee Police Department at least give their special crimes unit, at least give them a little bit of credit to say, maybe we should go steal a car and then do this, and then we can blow the car up, wipe it clean. All of this stuff you see on TV that happens, right? Even if you're just watching TV and you get notes, criminal notes from SVU or Law and Order about how to get away with stuff, almost.
Yeah.
This stuff they talking about is you done called the woman 50-11 times the day before, so now... You gonna kidnap somebody? If she does talk to the police, you done called her 50-11 times.
I don't think they understand what the word or the meaning of investigation. Don't you know that phone records and surveillance video and all these things exist?
We live in an age where everyone has some type of Ring camera on their door or some type of security camera for security purposes. They just happen. I guarantee you there's more footage on that block of what took place, and they just
that was just the best.
That was just the best.
Yes.
The best angle that got everything in one shot. Right? That was the best. Why would you think that you're going to just... And so then when you add that in there, people can be like, man, it's trivial. They took the girlfriend's car. Fine. But now you done involved her in this Keystone capery. And so if somebody sees her driving her car, they may spray up her car because that's the car that took Lil Man them that time. You know, whatever the case may be. And she don't even know that you've done this Keystone capery in her car.
Yeah, and again, you have the Milwaukee Police Department issuing an Amber Alert. You have people in the community looking for this kid, and you know exactly where he is, who has him, and everything. But you don't want to come out and say anything. That is, to me.
You got community activists that do serious stuff, that go out and chase down and recover missing children all of the time, right? They're doing this stuff for real, right? They're not for play with it. And now you wasting their hours of their time when they could have been doing something else. You got the police when they could have been doing something else. You've got people posting on their stats, getting involved and trying to get the updates of it. And you sitting at home knowing who got your baby, knowing what they want to get your baby, and you haven't given it to them yet?
And you're not saying anything.
And you're not saying it because you're afraid that you're going to go to jail? I understand it's part of the game and these things happen, but for your kid, though, that's all bets is off for your kids. For me, it would seem that way, and maybe I'm a little different. I don't think so. I think everyone is the same way. If y'all feel different, call in and explain to me why it's different, or hit the chat board and let me know why it would be different. But I would assume for your kids, you're going to run through a brick wall.
You would think so.
Or you're not just going to run in the house.
Right. 833.
At the minimum.
Yes, 833-212-1017. You're definitely not going to run in the house. Here is the latest twist of this bizarre story from a report off of WISN.
Some breaking news in the dramatic kidnapping of a Milwaukee boy at gunpoint. A second man has now been charged, 38-year-old Fabian Johnson, as prosecutors lay out their case into the abduction of Jamal White. The case sparked an Amber Alert, but police found the little boy safe the next day. 12 News' Duke Carter has that new criminal complaint, and Duke, Johnson has been charged with kidnapping.
Hey, prosecutors say Johnson is one of the two men who jumped out of the truck and kidnapped the little boy outside of his home. This is on July 11th. So we want to show you all surveillance video from that kidnapping at 61st and Hughes. The complaint says Johnson is the person chasing White's dad into the home at gunpoint, and the complaint also says a 14-year-old boy chased White up the driveway, snatched him, and putting him into the getaway car. Investigators say Johnson, 25-year-old Corey Williams, and a 14-year-old plan to rob someone they believe to be a local drug dealer. Prosecutors say Williams told them that person is Siobhan Williams, Jamal's mom. Well, Williams, according to the records, admitted to being the getaway driver, and he was seen in court last week.
What you also said to the police is that when the mother did not meet you guys to pay the ransom, for a little while, you thought about hurting that kid. Those are your words in the criminal complaint.
That's a lie.
Okay, well, it's on tape. and we'll find out if it's a lie or not.
Clearly, y'all didn't watch it then.
He's still talking crap.
Duke, as you mentioned, that was Williams
What's
in
crazy
court.
to me
Johnson
about
was in
that
court.
is, okay, you saying that's a lie. Well, what about all the other stuff?
It don't matter if that's a lie. you ever been arguing with somebody? You ever been arguing with somebody and you done said 100 facts, right? And then you may mess up on. No, I had on red shoes that day. That had nothing to do.
That has nothing to do.
Because you ran off all your facts and like you sitting there looking all funny in your blue shoes, acting
like whoa. I had on red shoes. Whoa.
Now come on, man. This dude, you done kidnapped this little boy, got found in the attic, and now that's a lie. Come on.
That you said that you may hurt him if his mom doesn't answer the phone. Let me see. That sounds like you might have actually said that.
Yeah.
Like, so of all the stuff they want to lie on, they picked that to lie on you about.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. You know what else this case has brought up to the forefront is the way that we have social media investigators. We talked about this last week as well. We have social media investigators who go through and then now because her last name is Williams, his last name is Williams, they both light skinned. On social media, they brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Now you figure that would have come out by now if they was brothers. That
you would
probably
think.
would have come. Now they just hiding the fact. But I say all of that to say that sometimes we go too far on social media and we clog up the facts, and the facts get trapped someplace trying to escape. So that's when it comes national news, because all these rumors that are circulating about X, Y, and Z. And like I said, I had people hitting me from all over the place. Like, I heard this happen, and I heard this. I'm like, no, this is what happened.
Yeah.
The mother she's out here popping, getting her money.
Yeah.
They wanted some that she owed them. Woo wham. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Yeah. But then it's like, oh, I heard the brother did it and he was a twin brother. And, it's like, come on, man. We ought to let it all come out.
Yeah.
We'll see, because we're seeing right as it goes right now. The truth is almost better than anything you could have made up.
Yeah.
At this point, because who would have thought a 14-year-old would have been involved with kidnapping a little brother. They gonna find Mr. Williams in the attic of the house, like Anne Frank. The mama just said she gonna get the boy his money and then don't go give him the money. Even if you ain't got the full $100,000, say you got 20, 30, I'm sure they might have taken that.
Yeah.
They might have been like, okay, come with that. We'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Anything. But basically you said, you ain't gonna do nothing.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
And we'll come pick him up later.
Yeah, you ain't about it. And see, the Keystone Capery of this whole thing is, okay, if she's this big drug dealer, and this is alleged, we don't know, and that's what the streets have been saying. If she's this big drug dealer, and we don't know how big she is, but you gonna take her kid and think you just gonna walk the streets after this? Yeah. Where are you gonna go?
Where are you gonna
You
go?
must gonna leave the city after you get this $100,000.
Yeah.
You're gonna move to the West Coast.
Yeah. So you think she's just gonna give you $100,000 and bygones be bygones?
Yes.
Like, boy, that was a tough weekend.
Yeah, lost $100,000, but I got my boy back. And she's just gonna let that slide so the next person can kidnap.
That's the other thing too that is so amazing is that we're saying, oh, a known drug dealer, is that just a regular profession?
I mean, these days,
like let's investigate why you haven't arrested her for being a drug dealer.
Listen, in today's economy, people is like, oh, she just sell a little drugs. She just sell a little.
You put down your W-2s now. I'm clearly out of the loop.
You put that on your resume. I just sold it. What were you doing between 2000 and 2000? I just sold it.
I sold a little weed to get by.
Look, weed is legal now. I just sold a little weed. A little something, that's all I do.
Oh, man. Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. We have Kay on the line. Kay, thanks for calling in. You are on the Tory Lowe Show with Telly and Damien. What's your question or comment?
The comment is, look at God. Won't he do it? He did. How many of them is gone? And they're going to be gone for a minute. If that ain't going in the bush, what they call that? Two in the hand beats one in the bush.
Yeah, I know what you said. Yeah, that's.
Hey, do any of them watch? I mean, just common sense. Forget watching First 48 or how it could be.
You say you ain't never seen an episode of Law and Order? Like, what are y'all doing?
Ain't never. How about this? You ain't just sheer ignorance. But it's a good thing that they they all off the street. And it's a bonus that maybe this baby will have a chance in life, because he ain't had not one chance in his life with I can't even call them parents because that's disrespecting parents. Yeah. With people with kids, with two PWKs. How you end up with two? That poor baby.
Yeah.
But hopefully he will be somewhere that's going to be able to nurture him and assist him to the fullest, because he's gonna be messed up.
Yeah.
You can bank everything that he is going to be messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When his father ran off on him, and then moms didn't come get him. Just that alone, outside of being kidnapped.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kay. Yeah, there's so much more to dive into, and we will when we return. Again, Truth Nation, hit us up 833-212-1017, because just like the Epstein files and Donald Trump, this ain't going away.
No.
And this going to keep rolling, and I think more and more details will come in the coming days. Keep it locked right here on The Tory Lowe Show.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations, where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl DT from The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. Now listen, at a critical time, through the Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, Old National Bank provided the resources I needed to sustain my business. Now the process had its challenges, but I was supported, and it was also an invaluable learning experience for future ventures. I am so grateful for the support that helped my business thrive. Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Health starts early. Outreach's Healthy Starts, Healthy Hearts will bring together experts to help you shape your child's lifelong physical and mental well-being. Whether you're an expectant parent or provider, this event is for you. The event is free at our Capitol Drive location and open to all families. Call 414-727-6320 to register today. That's 414-727-6320. Outreach. Healthcare with Heart.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Turn them off. ADHD too.
All right, I know you didn't put in Cosby Show for this. See, Brother Z always got the playlist, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to bite off it. Who was that? Who is this?
Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas?
Yep. Joyner got bars. He's one of the few that got bars. And people was clowning him when he lost his record contract and he had to go really, everybody, a lot of people say they independent. I ain't gonna get off track, but a lot of people say they independent, but really they backed by record labels and stuff like Jordan. My guy here Joyner Lucas lost his record contract and stuff like that. And he's been better. Would you say he's been better since then, Brother Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it worked out for him. So he's truly independent, getting all the coins and getting all the money, and he's better at it. He's a real rapper though.
Wow, that's what's up. Truth Nation, thanks for locking in with. You heard his voice. That's Damian Ellzey.
We gotta get legendary in front of Telly name because when me and Homer up here, it's the legendary.
Yeah, I think that started when we all were doing it.
Right.
Yeah, you used to get offended when I would call him legendary.
Absolutely.
And then it was kind of the letdown when it came to you.
We got the legendary Homer Blow. And Dame Ellzey.
Yeah.
Damn. And so
I don't need the legendary. You can just put just Telly for me. I'm cool with that.
Just Telly?
Just Telly. That's all.
Okay. That sounds like an R&B singer. Just Telly.
No, Telly's nickname was The Voice.
Telly the Voice.
Yeah, actually, that is my nickname when amongst my fraternity. I am. Yeah.
I thought you were say that is your nickname amongst the ladies.
No.
You can't get up here talking.
I don't need that smoke. I've been married 20 years. Look at me, you two. 20 years.
You can't get up here talking like that. She'll be texting you. What's that you said?
Oh yeah. Oh, she on it too.
As soon as you come on, she'll be like, yeah, I listened today.
Don't think she's like, oh, that's just my husband. No, she for that smoke if she think it ain't right. But love the passion. Love my wife. 833-212-1017. Truth Nation, hit us up. We've been talking about this bizarre kidnapping of a 7-year-old Milwaukee boy, and there's been a lot of twists and turns to this story. A second suspect has been charged in this kidnapping. We have Deborah on the line. Deborah, thanks for holding. You are on the Tory Lowe Show. What's your question or comment?
Hey, Telly and Truth Nation, how y'all doing today?
All right.
I called in because I wanted to make a comment on the situation with the 7-year-old. A lot of prayers had went up for me about the situation because of the parents and a lot of that parenting style that's going on in our community. And it's involving our kids. So the story is bizarre, as you said, but it is a real eye-opener as well. This parenting that they're doing needs to stop. It equals to me like you didn't even have a child, like you did not have, like this child was not even your child at all, or a child, or a person. And for you to destroy him and that decision you made, that has to stop, and it has to stop now.
What kind of parenting would you call this? This is, you got soft parenting. You got,
I would say absent.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that, Deborah?
It was like non-existent. It was like ghost parenting. Like the child wasn't even a part of their family structure at all. And I reflect back to my father and mom, and they had 9 kids together. And the times we had to eat sugar sandwiches and wait till she got back with the beans. We did all that too, but we still a family unit. And I never felt like I was in love with that they would abandon me for anything.
Yeah.
And for them to do that to that 7-year-old, it ain't no sense they can give them. None of them.
Yeah.
To concoct that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You right.
Yeah.
Hey, on the Truth to Talk, not the Truth to Talk line, but on the YouTube chat board in the classroom, I learned this too the other day, that they call each show in the YouTube chat a class. Hour, like they like first hour, second hour.
Oh, okay.
And so this
All
is
right.
a different class because they was in here talking about, what did y'all learn in the other class? Like, what class y'all talking about? Y'all all in school together? what is y'all talking about? And they were schooling me all week. So shout out to the YouTube
you
chat
own
board.
it. Okay.
But shout out to Mile the Elephant and LaRon Taylor, who said, for real, at this point, even if the whites swoop in, I do not care because this type of betrayal is what gives rise to serial killers, especially with this video out here.
Yeah.
They ain't lying. He going to see this video on repeat. And even if he forgets, because he's only 7, even if he forgets about the betrayal of his pops running in the house and his mom's not coming to get him, he's going to be reminded of it.
Yes.
Whenever he Googles his name, he Googles their name, he's going to be reminded of it. So he's never going to be able to truly forget all of this. And this type of abandonment and this type of betrayal doesn't end well if not handled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he doesn't speak to people and constantly speak with people, it's not going to end well.
You know, my take on this, Damien and Truth Nation, please lean in because I think there's a lot of things that we have become conditioned to and we normalize, and there's nothing normal about it. And the first thing we say is kids are resilient. Mm-hmm. They absolutely are. They are. But they shouldn't have to be, and you don't know how much you are putting on them, and every kid is not going to respond the same. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about these are images that you don't know will forever live in this child's mind. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have to just stop and think, what am I putting out there? What am I showing my kid? Because if you've ever had a child, you know children are like sponges. Mm-hmm. And they are going to absorb everything they see and everything that you do. Right. They're going to think, okay, that's the way it's supposed to be done. And you admitted that you taught your 7-year-old son what to do if, quote unquote, bad people come and try and get you. Mm-hmm. Like, you shouldn't even have to, learn those type of things at such a young age. And I know when I first had kids, well, my wife did, the one thing that I thought about is whatever is out there, it's going to be out there. And, I mean, with video lasts forever. Yeah. And so if I don't want something that paints me in a bad light that's out there that one day my kids can go see, mm-hmm. then those are the things you got to think about. Clearly, these people are thinking about the here and now. How can I get this money? Mm-hmm. We don't care about this kid. He'll be all right. There's just part of life. He just saw something he wasn't supposed to see. Mm-hmm. And not really, have no ability to analyze the thought process or where he is in terms of, his psychic.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of people say
you just don't know.
A lot of people will go about, even in a situation where we say the mother was selling drugs or doing whatever she was doing. Even in that case, if you're doing something criminal and you're saying I'm making a better life for my kids and this, that, and the other, okay, you are, but for how long? Because once that train stops, and it always does, not too many people reach the pinnacle of being able to walk away from that lifestyle without going to jail or getting shot or changing it.
Absolutely.
Changing their life drastically, where they could just walk off into the sunset. Yeah. Those that do it, we look up to them as being, the geniuses that got away with it.
Yeah.
But not everybody can do that.
Everybody can do it.
So if you are that person and you're living this life and you're saying, I'm doing a better life for my kids, well, what's going to happen when you get locked up? Now the trauma you're putting on them is worse.
Yeah.
So is that 4 or 5? Because you selling dope, doing whatever. You have a good 4 or 5 year run before them feds is on you or something.
Yeah.
So you got that good 4 or 5 year run. Is it worth?
Yeah.
Kid being locked up for 10, 15 years away from your family or whatever the case may be?
Dang, people don't think about if they'll get caught. They think about everything else. But what if I get caught? And again, I said it before, and I'll always say it. video lasts forever. Be conscious of what you do today because you don't know how you may feel about that in the future. And I'm just going to give like a small comparison and we're going to get to break. But it's like you living your best life and you see, women out partying, having a good time, and then they twerking, they getting on top of a table and bouncing, they backside. Okay, you having a great time. But at some point, I think if you want to be a mother and a wife and all of this, like, you may have to one day answer, well, Mom, you tell us to do this and go to church and look at this video and you on somebody's hood, twerking. Like, so video lasts forever, and you always got to think of the ramifications of this. It's not just the now, it's what in the future. How is this going to age? Some things age well, some things don't age that well. Again, Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. We'll continue the conversation on the other side of the break, and we'll also hear from Blake. Blake, I see you on hold. Keep it locked right here on the Tory Lowe Show.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks. And enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity can help make it happen. With little to no down payment and average monthly mortgage payments of $950, you can build a brand new home you love without breaking the bank. And you won't do it alone. Habitat provides the coaching, education, and support to guide you every step of the way. Stop renting and invest in a new home you can truly call your own. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
What was the life change? We all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. That's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and,
Yeah, but that was a
water.
choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers secured their 10th win in a row, including 6 straight over the Dodgers out there in L.A. This one by a final score of 6-4.
And a liner into center for a base hit.
Haas is in. Churio chugging around third. He's going to score.
The Brewers will continue their West Coast road trip, beginning a 3-game series in Seattle. First pitch is set for 8:40. And over to the NBA, where 12-time All-Star Chris Paul has agreed to a deal with the LA Clippers. This one for a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. And lastly, we'll head over to golf, where Scottie Scheffler has won the 153rd Open Championship held at Royal Portrush. This victory marks his second major win of 2025. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We got a lot of these. 4-5 does illegal. I took that lotto, see you, man.
Boy, it's so different doing an afternoon show. DJ Brother Z, you would have played this at 7 in the morning. I'd have been like, come on, man, it's too early for that. But now I can bob my head. Truth Nation, welcome back to the Tory Lowe Show. I am Telly Hughes alongside the legendary Dame Ellzey in the building. We are today's cousin subs of the day as we fill in for our brother Tory Lowe, who is taking some much needed time away. We know he doesn't take vacations and he barely sleeps, but we just know he's away and hopefully he's enjoying his time away. We've been talking about the latest twist to this kidnapping of a 7-year-old Milwaukee boy. A second individual has been charged, an adult. And so 2 of the 3 have been arrested, and we have found out that the third person that is involved in this is a 14-year-old boy. Let's go to our True Talking text line. Blake, thank you for holding. What is your question or comment?
I just want to say much respect to you, Telly, and Dame Ellzey. You the real Dame time. That's why dude is gone. He thought he was going to get him a ring right before he got hurt, but he didn't. But that's why he's back in Portland. But on the real, man, I've had my kids taken away from me in court because of what the mother was doing and something happened to a child. I've heard the cries of mothers. I've been over since I was 15, running the streets, selling dope, and being in the gang, and not being in none of that now. 27 years later, I have been, since I was 15, to over 265 funerals of my friends. I've only been to 10 funerals to where people die of natural causes. To hear a man cry from the pain of losing his child, or to hear the mother scream from losing her son, there's nothing compared to hearing that little boy screaming. Man, dude, that's why I'm the way I am. Dan, you're not wrong for feeling the way you feel. I'm tired of people calling the radio stations, because like I said, the ones that need to be listening, they don't listen to the radio. Because they doing with the Crocs and the pants with the Gucci belt around the head, with the extendo clip outside on the porch, smoking weed with each other. They ain't doing what we doing. They not working. They not civilians like we are.
Right.
Now, when I was out there, like you said, women and children and old people, they were off limits. Now, women and children are involved.
Yeah.
As we see, so this is like I said, being the NIGGA is blood. It's not color. It's ignorance of self. So they just destroyed 4 different families with the people that just got caught, these grown folks. They just destroyed over 10 different families with the connections of all these people. And then the plug is sitting back like, why we make this mistake? Now we hot. Because they gonna find out who the plug is, because they tell it. So what I'm saying is, dude is child abandonment. I don't even talk about him anymore. I'm tired of people calling in here trying to make excuses for dude. There is no excuse for no man. Ain't no way. I'd have been in my car watching my kids die in that bike. No way. There's no way I have a spot where I lay my head with my wife and my kids or my lady. We didn't do that. We went from the blocks to spots. And then the indictments came. I had jobs when my mans went to jail. Now they out. My guys is getting out from their indictments, and Mal just died. Dude, I'm just telling you, this would not happen if the game didn't evolve to what it is. And you can't blame it on drill rap. You can't blame it on nothing but ourselves. And then this Trump situation, dude is doing the misdirection thing with putting it out about his veins and his Epstein thing, because everybody know what he did. It's just they can't believe they voted for that nasty man.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all. And man, I'm telling you, dude, I'm so ready, dude. I'm breathing fire. And Pac never lied. The keg is lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Blake. We appreciate the call and the comments. And he just echoed something we said at the beginning of the show, Dame. And, you know, when we were growing up, it was a difference. Those were the three groups of people that never had to worry about anything. And as a matter of fact, I don't care who it was. They would even say, "Hey, get the kids, get the women out of here.
Yeah.
Like this is about to go down."
Right.
So there was always that respect level, and I just think that nowadays there is no respect for any authority. Mm-hmm. There is no respect for, and I hate to say it, but even the OGs are losing, you know, that grip on, all right, that respect thing, because now you have so many people that'll do anything. Like what used to be crazy or, man, nobody would ever do that. Like, no one would ever hide in the bushes and ambush two police officers. Like that was, you would never hear no stuff like that. But now the thing is there are no out of bounds, and that is a scary situation. There's nothing off limits. There's nothing that's too crazy. It's just crazy for that 24-hour news cycle, and boom, something else crazier going to happen. And a lot of it has been normalized.
What he just said was so important, and when we were talking about women and children not being involved, right? And then when you look at this situation, you get women and children involved in the activity. You got a 14-year-old boy that's going to snatch the 7-year-old up. So the 14-year-old is actively involved in this. Yep. And you got a woman who's the drug dealer that they're trying to extort the money from, who was actively involved in doing this. Yeah. So you two of the people protected that's supposed to be protected from this are now actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like he's saying, it's like, okay, you could say that's not how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to deal with the women and the children. But now it's like, if you turn your back on this 7-year-old or this 12-year-old, he might be the one with the cannon.
He might be the one.
Your back out.
Yep.
So you got to watch him too.
Yeah, you watch the national news. There was that paddle boarder, that 48-year-old woman that got killed by a 17-year-old camper. Yeah. And it's just like, again, nothing is out of bounds anymore, and that's a scary, dangerous proposition.
You know what it brings me back to is and this is trivial, but we got 3 hours, so we got time to talk about it. It was the scene in The Wire where Omar gets killed. Omar, if you seen The Wire before, Omar is the bad bank robber. Brother Z, have you ever watched The Wire?
Nope.
You gotta watch The Wire, bro. I understand but you gotta watch. You gotta
I'm not gonna watch it.
You just if one day, if you're at home sick on a Sunday or something, I hate people do that. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna do it because you told me to.
I'm not telling you to do it.
I come across it and I see the trailer, I may watch it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you're telling me I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not telling you to do it. I'm asking you in this situation. I'm like,
on top of that, you're really not gonna find a trailer of The Wire.
You gotta go looking for The Wire. It's not gonna just be there. But I'm just saying, if you ever get an opportunity to watch The Wire, check it out. There's a scene. Omar is terrorizing the whole Wire universe for 3 seasons or 4 seasons, and then I'm gonna tell you this part. So if you haven't seen The Wire before, spoiler alert. He's terrorizing his whole community, turns his back on a 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid, blows his brains out. Mm-hmm. So, and the scene, what that symbolizes is the game done changed. Whereas, like, we're talking right now where little kids were just little kids. Yeah. They was hoppers. They was out there doing whatever. They may have been involved, but they had their place and they knew their place.
Yeah.
This little kid, and when you correlate that to the message that's being told is, you know, we kids were once a protected group. But now we got a 14-year-old that's snatching a kid up.
That's a part of it. Let's go back to the Truth Talk line. Deborah, you are on the Tory Lowe Show. Good afternoon. What is your question or comment?
Good afternoon, you guys. I usually be texting. I hardly call, but I wanted to add that not only was Jamal abandoned by his father, mother didn't show up, but now he's with child protection. That kid got to be, his mind got to be just traumatized. He's with strangers again and probably don't know what the heck's going on, but it's the mom and dad for the reason that he probably wouldn't even understand at 7 years old. But You know, he just got to be traumatized being in child protection, which he probably don't know what child protection is. He just in a home with more strangers, don't know what they might do to him, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just a sad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know? And I'm sure she won't be coming too soon. His dad probably got supervised visit. If that, he shouldn't even have that. That kid deserves another set of parents that can help get him through this before he's, you know, so bad that he can't be, you know, dealt with.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the call, Deborah. Yeah, they should
both
be.
locked up
They
right
should be. And Deborah brings up a great point, and that is, like, yes, we could talk about how this poor, you know, Jamal White is going to be affected long term, but what can we do as a community to help this out and not just be a story today and 2 years from now will anybody be talking about or checking in with Jamal White to see where he is or how he's doing? And when we come back from on the other side of the break, we'll get into that a little more because, again, this is you know, it has so many different layers to it that ultimately the 7-year-old is the victim in this story, and he had absolutely nothing to do with what the circumstances and the things that is going on around him. Again, Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. We will keep the conversation going on the other side. We'll also hear from Ron on the south side when we return on the Tory Lowe Show.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Crew Tuesdays are back on July 29th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third down.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in July 29th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I done been through this. It's hard for you to listen to me because you ain't been through. Shut off my mind and follow my heart. So
welcome back to the Tory Lowe Show. Telly, Hughes, Damian, Ellzey in for Tory Lowe. We are today's cousin subs of the day, and we've been talking about this child abduction story that has gotten national attention, and there are still more details that are coming out. Ron has been so patient on our True Talking text line. You can hit us up as well, 833-212-1017. What's up, Ron? What's your question or comment?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. What up, Dane?
What's happening, brother?
Yo, Telly. What up, Telly? Man, where you been, home chop? Where you been, man?
I've been around.
Man. You've been around, all right, man. Miss your voice, man. Miss your commentary. Don't be a stranger. But what I got to say about this thing is, I know people love the fantasy world, and I like to go there sometime, too. With this young man getting his son snatched, everybody was saying that he was a drug dealer, but what I'm hearing right now is that allegedly the mother was a drug dealer, right? So everybody's saying that he was a drug dealer. I know that they're labeling him a coward and well-labeled, but calling him a drug dealer, that's defamation. So if that's not what it is, let's not put that jacket on him. But he does have to answer for why he didn't take action. He took the action he did, and people are in this fantasy world like, I would have grabbed my son, and I would have shot at the car. And I'm thinking to myself, people must have never seen Menace to Society, because I don't think they ended very well for Trey. Like, he tried to grab a little boy and throw him down, and they still were shooting at the dude. The little boy could have got killed. Another movie that came into my mind, since you want to be in the fantasy world, was Waist Deep, when Tyree's son was in the back of the car, and they were driving away, and he saw his son. Did Tyree shoot at that car? No. Everybody, I would have started the car and this and that. They don't know what you did, and somebody called in the radio. Well, he texted the radio station, and Kerry read it and said, 90% of y'all would have fell out. You do not know what you would have done. Okay? So that's what I wanted to get off my chest. But as far as the way that it went down is the way that it went down. And God had his hand in that whole situation. So we just got to take it for what it is. And nobody deserves to get their child taken. I know the mother's an idiot. The father may have known she's an idiot. But that little boy did not deserve to get taken away in that manner. The system, okay. Give it to other relatives, okay. But getting snatched from a total kidnappers, 14 and 28 and all that? No, you did not deserve to have your child snatched or taken away in that way, and that's where I'm going to leave it at. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, thank you so much, Ron. And
no, nobody deserves that.
No,
just
not
put
at
yourself
all.
in but if you're if you're on a playing field and you get hit in the head with a baseball, you don't deserve that.
Yeah.
But you was playing the game, right?
You were playing the game.
And
absolutely.
so playing the game, that's something that happens. Nobody, deserves to get, they bail rung playing football and laid out and leave on a stretcher.
Nah,
but when you sign up, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and to me, the son's father knew what was up.
They called him 50-11 times before that.
Yeah.
You think these some mogs and they not, Milwaukee lingo. You think these some mogs and they not gonna do nothing, right? But just in case, when you see them, you know who it is.
And you run back into the house. That is, to me, I couldn't not imagine my child being right there and someone else is chasing him. And I'm so concerned about myself that I run into the house. Yeah. That, to me, is so crazy. Truth Nation, keep the comments and calls coming in. 833-212-1017. Cherie on our True Talk and text line says, brothers, please help me out. I'm shaking my head. So whose white car is it? Well, I heard that it was her car. So why did they remove the license plate? So I'm guessing crazy trying to draw the connections. Well, I am definitely no expert criminal or a criminal at all, but I'm going to assume that they thought because the car didn't have any license plates, they couldn't trace it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And I mean, but that's my only thinking behind that. But fortunately for me, I don't think on that level, so I really couldn't answer. Yes. So, Truth Nation, we're going to keep this conversation rolling on the other side of the break. Hour number 3 coming up after this on the Tory Lowe Show.
Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. An officer involved in 3 separate deadly shootings is ending his career in law enforcement. During his time as an officer with the Wauwatosa Police Department, Joseph Mensa killed 3 people in the span of 5 years, but was never charged in any of the shootings' deaths. Mensa resigned from the Wauwatosa Police Department in 2020 and was hired at the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. On Thursday, Mensa submitted his resignation letter, citing personal and professional reasons. His final day with the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department will be July 31st. 2 Sheboygan County teens have been sentenced after a disturbing child sexual assault case involving 2 young siblings. Investigators say the assault was recorded and shared at Random Lake High School last year. 17-year-old Spencer Dietrich was sentenced to 1.5 years in prison, while Cole Gutman was sentenced to 4 years and must register as a sex offender. Gutman also faces separate charges in Ozaukee County for a 2022 case involving assault of a 10-year-old. Both teens are charged as adults.
A resounding no vote for unionized Milwaukee County Transit System bus drivers leaves open the possibility of a strike. The union rejected a one-year contract offer from MCTS officials with a 91% no vote Friday. Earlier this month, union members voted to authorize a strike over concerns about worker burnout and safety. MCTS says it's disappointed that a contract has not been reached, but that they, quote, respect the rights of our employees. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
Welcome back to hour number 3 of the Tory Lowe Show. Your cousin Subs today, filling in for Tory Lowe, alongside the legendary Dame Ellzey. I am Telly Hughes. We've been having a spirited discussion about this kidnapping case of a 7-year-old boy by the name of Jamal White. And we've talked about all of the long-term effects and trauma that he will have to deal with after experiencing something that no child should ever have to experience. These are things that will always be etched in his mind. If you think he's going to forget that he heard his mom telling him that she was going to come pick him up and never does, and the images of 2 people jumping out of a car and your own father runs into the house without you, by the way, these are all things that this young child will have to deal with for the rest of his life. Let's get to the Truth Talking text line. Again, you can hit us up, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. We have Al. Good afternoon, Al. It's been a long time.
Long time, and hopefully you still running through here like fine wine. I think the problem we're having right now, it kind of reminds me when people used to have their kids act crazy so they can get a crazy check, but they're not considered to be adult till they're 25. I think the moral to the story is it's too much cocaine and doping. See, it's too much booger sugar and devil's dust. And everybody ain't getting none pure, so their minds is going all the wrong direction except the right direction. And we're not going to even talk about what goes on with the dope dating, all right? But I just think right now it's just too much coating and doping, and, they doing this booger sugar and this devil's dust. And now they got their brain all disbobulated. And they know what they're doing. We still have the free will, but in our culture right now, it's all this cocaine and doping. The cocaine and doping is just taking over our neighborhoods, and the booger sugar and this devil's dust is doing a lot of damage. Then keep in mind, everything they're getting on the street is not even pure. They're probably doing these little 5-hour energy pills that they're cutting up to dumb down the dope. And now everybody think they're going to be the next Don Corleone or the next New Jack City. But the thing is, everybody coking and doping and doing their own problem. And one thing, when they coke and dope and do that devil dust and that booger sugar, when they get hungry, they'll do anything for a hit, even if it's their own family. That's why I always say, when people doing that cocaine and doping and that devil dust and that booger sugar, you got to even watch them. And it's a sad case that they took the kid, but who else going to watch the kid? Because now you do know some people only going to take the kid if they're going to get a check, and all they're going to do is buy a conversion van or a beat-down Cadillac with an electrical problem, or a Mercedes with the maintenance that ain't been done the first 100,000 miles. So where the kid is going to go? We just going to hope the kid go in the right direction.
Yeah. Thank you, Al, for your call. We appreciate it. And, outside of a lot of the coking and stuff, I got where Al was coming from, because it's kind of what we were talking about before, Dame, where nothing is out of bounds now. And even back in the day, there was only one of three things that people did. People either drank, they either smoked weed, or, you had your proverbial crackheads. But all of the other stuff that's been introduced nowadays with all the fentanyl and the pills and I mean, look, people didn't want to take pills when they were sick.
Right.
What makes you think like nowadays people take pills to go out and hang out?
I used to tell people all the time, my mother used to have to make me. I had been so brainwashed and indoctrinated by Nancy Reagan, I was saying no to all drugs. Yeah. Nothing was going into my temple. I was saying no to any pills of any type. I didn't smoke weed till I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
So I say all of that to say, you're absolutely right.
Nothing is out of bounds anymore. Nothing is out of bounds. And if you are young and you don't vape, you probably a success story.
Right.
You
one in the middle.
Yes.
But then the rest of your crew is looking at you like, dog, why you on?
Yeah.
But back then it was like nobody was. So even if you was smoking weed at an early age when I was coming up, people was looking at you like, dog, what's wrong with you? What you going on? Okay, I know at some point I'm probably gonna smoke some weed or something, but we only in the 8th grade, fam. What stress?
You ain't got that big of stresses,
right? That you need to smoke. That's normal now, though.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And these kids will pop pills like they Skittles.
And the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, I'm overstimulated." I'm like, man, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that even mean? On our YouTube message board, I think that's sincere, but the comment is, I'm just going to do this for people calling and texting defending cowardism. If you made a life choice to be in the game, you know the consequences. You can't run if you tried, but
you get tried, right?
Yeah, but you choose, but not for your kid. Yeah. So, look, I get exactly what you're saying, and to be real, under no circumstance, if you in the game or not, you gonna run off on your own child.
I just can't. We've been talking about that since it happened.
Yeah, I can't fathom that, man.
And to make an excuse about it, at least if I was him, just look, I got caught up in it. I forgot. I'd have just said I got caught up in it. I forgot little man was with me or something.
Oh, be honest. I was scared.
Yeah,
I was scared. I wasn't expecting somebody to jump out on me.
Right. He was like
be real.
Like my survival instincts just kicked in. I forgot little man was. But the point is, he runs in the house. And you don't see him come back out when he realized little man ain't with him.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing on the video him running out after the car, shooting at the car, or I don't recall seeing any of that, right?
Yeah. So what did he do moments after that?
So he runs in the house like, they try to get me. And then nobody said, where's Lil Jamal?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
Right.
Maybe he got away. Maybe he...
Yeah.
So if he goes in the house, because the little boy runs off, right? Mm-hmm. And then they come back to the car. They come back across the front of the yard.
Yeah.
To bring. So he runs in the house.
So what were you doing once you got in the house?
If you go in the house and see they got my... Oh, I'm coming out that mug.
Man.
You're not getting my little boy in that car.
That dude ran in the house and put the cover over his head like they wasn't going to see him or something.
Right. So you're not getting my little one in that car, because I don't know what's going to happen once you got him in that car. So even if I didn't have the heroism streak or the strength in me to know what, I go in the house and now I should come to my senses. They got my boy out there, and then now I see him run across the yard with my boy. I'm coming out the house. I'm gonna
come back out.
Hey, let him go. Here I am. Let him go. Or something. And people can say, "Oh, you watch too much TV, and that's what happened." No, man, that's like when a car gets runs over their child. And all of a sudden, they got the strength of 1,000 men.
Yeah.
In that moment, your fatherhood or your motherhood should kick in.
Right.
And you like, I don't care. I'm going to take this bullet.
And be real, I know you all talked about this last week, and you posed the question of, does everyone have a gun in Milwaukee? Well, guess what? It'll be a different story if you came out the house with a gun and saying, hey, bring my boy back. If you want me, like, let's do this. But, again, he goes in the house, and we don't see him again. Come on, man.
They done ran in the backyard. He done chased this little boy around. He probably putting Bo Jackson moves on him in the backyard. He done snatched this little boy up.
Yeah.
Little boy ain't just stopped. You know what I'm saying? He done snatched this. It come back. Little boy is screaming. So if we can hear him on the video 9 houses down, you mean to tell me you heard him inside the house screaming?
And didn't do a thing. Like I said, went in the house and put the covers over your face like wasn't nobody going to see you. Let's hear from Winky Blue. Winky, you are on the Tory Lowe Show. Good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, my man? Hey, listen, good to hear you. I hear you over there on 620. I just chimed in and caught you over there once or twice. But listen, you guys are being kind of rough on that little guy. I'm going to tell you something. If you've never been faced with that kind of drama, a gun been put on you, or you gonna be robbed. He probably figured they wasn't gonna grab his son that was chasing him. And I think he seen him on the door. The report says he seen him on the door ring, whatever it was. Okay, ringtone, ring doorbell that they got out here. That's it reminds you of that movie, Richard Porter. Remember that movie, Paid in Full, and the uncle snatched the boy and killed him and cut his thing off and sent it to him. And then all of a sudden, Richard Apple killed Richard Porter, his own friend. But it reminds you of that type of situation. If you seen that movie Paid in Full, right?
Yeah, we've seen it. But, Winky, I see where you're saying and what you're going, but I don't know if we're being too hard on a father that didn't even pay attention to what was happening with his son, but took his own safety as the first priority.
Well, he paid attention because they called the police. Now, and then the girl, she said, I'll be there to get you. Okay.
No, we're talking about the moment. We're talking about when he ran in the house and they chased his son down. I got that part. Okay, so what I'm saying is, what was he doing when they brought the son out? Because he went in the house and stayed.
Hey, man, listen, some of that stuff can be terrifying, man. Let me tell you something, man. We can sit over here and say what we want to say. And the Bible says, judge ye not that ye be not judged. But with what measures ye judge, ye shall also be judged. So when you make a judgment like that, let's God forbid that we have to answer to that judgment and somebody grab our loved one, and we're faced with that same that madness, man. And then if the boy come outside with a gun, he probably a felon. He would have got, and then he go to shooting and hit the baby, and then we got another debacle on our hand. Now the good thing is that they didn't kill the little boy, and he was able to be returned back to mama and his daddy. Okay, but it could have been a real terrible outcome if he would have just came out there fine, pow pow pow. He would have got an endangered safety.
Nobody's saying that he should have stopped. Nobody's saying he came out.
You said if he came out with a gun, what good to come out with a gun?
Nobody said.
I didn't say to fire it.
I'm just saying, let's go back.
Yeah.
Do you have children? Do you have children?
Brother, I got 6 sons.
Okay, so if you are in the situation...
My oldest son is 41. I got one 41, 38, 34.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
I got a whole...
That's not the point we're trying to make. We're trying to make a point. Go ahead.
First of all, let me tell you this though right here.
Let me ask my question before you keep talking. Please, let me ask my question.
Let me say...
No, don't say nothing. Let me ask my question. If you are in if one of your children are with you and you're in a terrible situation, a dog runs up, anything happens, you are going to run off and leave your child? At any point.
Brother, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, but when you face with that, let me tell you something. I was working on a building.
I'm asking you a question.
Me and you going to say what we going to do. We're going to save our children.
The other day, you called me a novice because I said I disagreed with you in history.
You still stuck on that man.
I'm going to call you a novice in parenting if you can't get on air and say, I'm stuck on that.
I'm going to do whatever I have to do.
I'm going to call you a novice in parenting if you can't tell me right now that you wouldn't leave your child. So you telling me that
I wouldn't leave my child?
Yes.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Because I know
Hold on.
I know for a fact I would not leave any of my children. Not a one of them would get left behind. I don't care what's in front of me. Not a one of my children would get left behind.
You don't think that the kidnapper or the killer gonna mess with a baby? That's not on your mind.
But it happened though.
I'm not.
So you would say, hold on one. So this is what you would do if they was coming. Hold on, brother. You telling me that you would stop, grab your kid in the middle of a hassle, pick your baby up, and now y'all whatever y'all gonna do, you gonna do it.
Yes, I'm gonna stand in front of my kid and I'm gonna say, if you hear from me, let him go. Because these people kill kids.
Hey man, they ain't coming to make no deals like that. They not gonna slap people. You talking? Shut up, punk. Hey man, you must ain't never been in that situation or been one of them guys yourself.
I had a gun pulled on me before. Have you?
Oh, but no, I ain't talking about just having a gun pulled on you, man. I'm talking about when they come. Hey man, you need, something, brother.
I don't have brothers walk up behind me.
I'm not coming to the guy's rescue about leaving his son.
That's
but
what
you
it
don't know
sound
what
like.
you would
That's
do.
what it sound like.
I expect you to do this,
Winky. You started
as tough
off
as you talk, and as tough as you talk about people. We letting these women folks do this. He acted like a woman folk right then, leaving his child.
And you started off by saying, Winky, that we were being hard on him.
Because you don't know what's going through. Hey, man, listen.
All right.
You making excuses.
Listen.
Yeah, thanks, Winky.
You make excuses.
Yeah, that
there is no way you can justify as a man, as much as you talk about being manly and being men of the times, you're going to justify a man walking away and running away from his child?
And you talking about, oh, man, you don't know what he was going through.
Come on.
We saw what he was going through.
Out of your damn mind. I see now Winky is just a contradiction. He's a contrarian, as they say. Whatever everybody else is saying, he's going to go against it. Because this just goes against everything I know Winky Blue to stand for as he calls up here. Because he calls up here talking about you got to be a man this and a man that, and we ain't listening to these women folks. But you gonna sit here and say it's okay for this brother to walk off on his kid?
Yeah, the YouTube message board is going crazy right now, and a lot of it has to do with Winky saying, "Hey, it sounds like Winky would leave his son behind," and Winky, you the one that said what you said. We didn't, but we gonna continue this on the other side of the break. Tina, Brian, we see you. Make sure you stay on hold. But before we go to break, at Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they have been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. They offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. They have everything for you. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit them at greatimpress.com. That is greatimpressions.com. Great Impressions. We are here when you need us. And we will be here on the other side of the break, keeping this conversation going. It's Damian Ellzey and Telly Hughes, your cousin subs of the day, filling in for Tory Lowe. Keep it locked right here on the Tory Lowe Show.
Are you out of your damn mind?
That's crack smoking crazy is what that is.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
Hey there, did you hear? There are still spots open for Girl Scout Summer Camp 2025.
Whether you're into water activities, arts and crafts, sports and games, exploring nature, or even horseback riding, there's a camp just for you.
Choose from GSY's day camps, overnight camps, community day camps, or Camp Hero.
Bring a friend and get ready for a summer full of adventure, friendship, and leadership.
Register today and let's make this the best summer ever, Girl Scout style.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Turn my headphone down a little bit. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Tory Lowe Show. Telly, Hughes, Damian, Ellzey, your cousin subs of the day, filling in for Tory Lowe. And if Truth Nation wasn't awake before, they're awake now because the YouTube message board is blowing up. And a lot of it had to do with, well, all of it has to do with our last caller, frequent caller, Winky Blue. And, man, Winky has set Truth Nation off, but I'm just going to read one of these before we get back to the Truth Talk line because we have several people waiting to have their comments be heard about this situation. But the one from, we're just going to use her last name, Mason, says, speaking of Winky, I would hate to be his wife. If he would leave his child, a wife definitely wouldn't stand a chance. I so agree. Yeah. Because it sounds like after it's all said and done, he gonna come back and say, man, I ain't know, you ain't been in that situation before. I felt like I did what I had to do. Right. Tina, you're on the Tory Lowe Show with Telly and Dame. Good afternoon. What's your question or comment?
Okay, my comment is this. I was a teenage mom, okay? So I had two teenage kids by the time I was in my 30s. And one Mother's Day, this friend of my son came over to my house because he was trying to become a gang member. So he brought 25 guys to my house to beat my sons up or do whatever they were going to do to him. I wasn't sure, but I was outside, and I told my boys, go in the house. I got this. So they told the guy, hit her. Then she sent her boys in the house, hit her. He wouldn't hit me. The boy that was a friend with my son, he wouldn't hit me. So the leader of the gang, like I said, it was about 25 of them. The leader of the gang, he says, well, I'm going to hit you. And I'm always a defensive type person. I had this real sharp pin in my hair. And my first thought was to stick him in the eye with it. But then I changed my mind because I said, if I injure him, then they're probably going to kill me and my kids. You know what I mean? So I let this guy hit me in my eye. Yes. I let him punch me in my eye, and he had this huge ring on, and he hit me. I stood right there, though. And after he hit me, they all left. But my kids were safe inside. I was not going to let anything happen to my kids. I decided that day, either they going to kill me, they're not going to kill my kids. I'm standing right there on Mother's Day. He did this to me, and I had a good job and good insurance and went and got surgery on my eye, over $10,000 worth of surgery on my eye to set my eye back in place because my eye got recessed. It got pushed back in my head. So I went to an eye surgery, and they did a really good job on setting my eye back up.
Wow.
That happened to me.
Wow.
I'm a mother, and I defended my son.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what a parent will do. A parent's gonna take that punishment for their child if they can.
Wow.
Unless unless you babying them or something like that. But in that situation, yes, I'm gonna protect. You gonna hurt my kids? Don't hurt me first.
Yeah.
I understand. I applaud you on that. That is
That is something. Thank you for sharing that story, Tina. And we have Star on the line. And Star, you have a similar story?
Yes, I do. I had just came back in and listened to you guys on the radio, and I was shocked from the last caller, the guy that called in. I almost jumped out of my skin at what he was saying. But, yes, I have a horrible story, a couple of them, but the outcomes were good. One, these two guys asked to buy my child, and the police, I wanted the guys arrested. I have witnesses. He grabbed my child by the arm and said, "Can I buy him?" I said, "No, you can't." But the police told me, "Oh, you didn't seem too afraid to get his license plate." I said, "Yeah, because the first thing popped in my head is Alexis Patterson, other kids he can do this to. I don't know if these are sex traffickers. I don't know who these men are." One was about 6'2", the other was about 5'10". I said, "No, I didn't have any fear, but I knew I had to take action and do something." And so I wanted to press charges. The police said, "Oh, they spoke another language, Slovakia. This is how they say your child is cute. So there's no charges here." I said, "Wait a minute. First off, this is America. You don't pull anybody's child's arm, and you don't say, 'Can I buy you?'" He knew English as well. I said, "I would like this man arrested." They said, "Oh, we know who these people are, but we have an officer that said this is how they do in their country." I said, "Well, this is America. If this was Trump's son and then Melania wanted him to be arrested, he'll be arrested." So they never arrested these men. That's one situation. It was another incident with my other child, because I have two. My other one, she was 2 at the time, this white guy came out of nowhere and said, "Give me the baby." And normally I used to freeze as a teenager, but God would always send people to save me. I had no fear, no freeze at all. I said, "I'm not giving you anything. I'm not giving you nothing." I told my baby, "Hold on to my neck, baby, and don't let go." Because in my mind, like that lady said, my first thought was, you're getting stabbed in your eye. You're getting taken out, bend your finger back. Like, we're going down. Because I grew up with a lot of brothers, and my father taught me how to fight, box. So I know how to defend myself. But I said, we're going down together. And I told my baby, no matter what, you don't let go of me. Next thing I know, now this is a white man. I remember him to this day. And he, next thing I know, this car comes up. It's a black man. He stopped, so I'm thinking, okay, my brother is going to assist. He's not my brother, but I'm thinking the black man is not going to let this go down. So I say, get him. He's trying to kidnap my child, never knowing that these two are together. Because I'm not giving up. He hears me still going at it with the man. So he says, "Forget it, man. Come on, let's just go. Get in the car." That shocked me to this day. I said, I can't even trust my black men anymore. And after that happened, Alexis Patterson got taken. I didn't know if that was connected. I called the police, but they asked me about a license plate. I said I wasn't thinking about a license plate. I was thinking about saving myself and my child. So that last mother came, they called. I can definitely understand what she was saying, because the first thought in my mind, as the host of this show said, you're going to do everything you can to protect your child. about yourself. Just like the little boy that was missing, a 7-year-old, I got down on my knees, prayed for him as he was my own child. And I said the same thing you said. If that was my child, you're going to have to take me out first. Because I'm going to get mine in the house. We're going out one way or another, but I'm going to go out first. There's no way I'm leaving mine behind under any circumstances.
Yeah, thank you so much, Star, for that call. We appreciate you sharing those stories. And that was our main point. It wasn't about, criticizing what Winky Blue was saying or not really listening to his explanation. We're just saying, regardless, we don't care what it is. Your child is your first priority. And if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to my child first. And you're saying, oh, what do you do in that situation? I'm not sure what you do in that situation, but I know one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure my child is protected more than me. Mm-hmm. And so you could say, oh, man, you never been in that, or you ain't had a gun pulled on you, this, that, and the other. First off, he knew the dudes. So it wasn't like this was some random act and he didn't even know what was going on. You know the dudes. You know why they were there. So you can't say, oh, man, I didn't know what was going on. Maybe the one thing that may have shocked you is you didn't think they would actually grab your son.
Right. You didn't think they was going to pull up. You thought they was some mogs.
Right.
And you didn't think they was going to pull up, and they did.
Yeah, but after that, once you get over that, then your mindset should shift to, okay, I need to protect my family. I need to protect this first, not, oh, man, now I could get if you were somewhere else and you were by yourself, yeah, you go run and try to figure out, all right, I need to get away. But how all of a sudden in that moment you forgot that you had a 7-year-old child that was on his bike playing in the yard?
Right.
Like, I do not get it. I do not get it at all. But
he's right there.
He's right there.
You know he's right there. You just came out of the house. He's riding his bike. He's right there. You see him. You know what I'm saying? You probably tell him to get off the bike. We got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And whatever the case may be, he's right there. Right. I'm not going to run off. That's something we can't do.
Yeah. So, Truth Nation, keep the calls and texts coming in. 833-212-1017. Jared, Brian, we see you on the line. Please hold. We will get to you after the break. And on our YouTube message board, we're getting a lot of comments. I'll just read one going to break here. Josh says, Telly, that's the fact. That made it worse. They knew who they were. Shaking my head. So let's not forget about that. Like, yeah, you could be terrified, but if you know who these people are, then you know a little bit about what they're capable of. But there's no scenario where you just forget about your son and only protect yourself or your child, period, if it's a son or a daughter. So, Truth Nation, keep it locked right here on the Tory Lowe Show. We'll keep it going for the last half hour after the break.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I've got to share that I am also a beneficiary of the Old National Bank Empowerment Loan Program. So, Tracy, with that being said, what is the Empowerment Loan Program?
Great. Well, the Empowerment Loan Program is a special purpose loan program that we launched 2 years ago. It has been a success. It was something, again, near and dear to the heart of not only our chairman and CEO, but just our organization as a whole. We work with contractors, consulting firms, retail food operations, daycares. In fact, so far, we've approved $50 million of loans to minority and women-owned businesses within a 2-year period.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Carrie Noni with her truth.
Lately, I've been feeling it too, like I'm just stuck in a loop. It feels like the days have just been blurring together. You wake up, go to work, run errands, maybe squeeze in something for yourself if there's time, and repeat. There's like this heaviness in the air, like everyone's moving, but no one is living. But then I remembered something very simple. You have enough time until you don't. How many times have you said that you wanted to read that book, take that trip, learn that new recipe, or even try that new hobby? But instead, we wait. We say, oh, maybe next month, or once I'm less busy. But time doesn't wait. If we're not careful, life becomes just a list of responsibilities. Being someone's wife, someone's mom, a coworker, a student, a provider. And we forget who we are outside of that. So I'm reminding you to break the cycle. You owe it to yourself and to those around you to finally live up to your wildest dreams, the ones that you had before you carried all these titles and were still full of life. So do something new, something that's just for you. Be open to discovery, because that feeling you get when you uncover something new that you love or something that you've always wanted to accomplish, that little spark, it's everything. And they say there's no time like the present. And to be honest, we should respect the concept of time a whole lot more. So let's not miss our chance to feel alive. Let's not forget that life isn't just meant to be survived, it's meant to be felt. So yeah, you have the time. Just don't waste it.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin' and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Earn Your Leisure is a rising media platform whose main focus is to help get financial tools and information to the black community. Led by co-founders Rashad Bilal and Troy Millings, the company is working on special partnerships with schools and other brands to help young people learn more about investing and business. On top of teaching the basics, Earn Your Leisure is pushing for more people of color to start their own businesses, something Millings says is vital to building wealth.
What better way to create more incomes than create a business? If we look at the wealthiest people in the world, they've all created businesses and they've had ownership inside of it. And so, we've seen mom and pop shops inside of our communities, and now it's time to figure out how do we scale, how we create businesses that scale, and how do we create more wealth for not only our families from a generational standpoint, but our communities as a whole.
While the number of black-owned businesses has grown over the last few years, they still make up a relatively small share of overall businesses in the country. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers secured their 10th win in a row, including 6 straight over the Dodgers out there in L.A. This one by a final score of 6-4.
And a liner into center for a base hit. Haas is in. Churio chugging around third. He's going to score.
The Brewers will continue their West Coast road trip, beginning a 3-game series in Seattle. First pitch is set for 8:40. And over to the NBA, where 12-time All-Star Chris Paul has agreed to a deal with the L.A. Clippers. This one for a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. And lastly, we'll head over to golf, where Scottie Scheffler has won the 153rd Open Championship held at Royal Portrush. This victory marks his second major win of 2025. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I heard you snitching on a player, man, say it ain't so. Even as a youngin', they consigned me to blow, which explains why I'm worth my weight in gold while they was taking baby steps from an 8 to an O.
Dang, we running out of show, man, and we still got people wanting to call and get their comments heard. So let's go straight to the phone lines. Jared, we appreciate you holding on. What's your question or comment?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I just want to say I served some time in the military, and what they teach you is you got to take out the enemy first. Like, he's out there with no gun. The other guys got guns. They kill him. Now what? I'm not saying I agree with him. I definitely would have tried to, save my son. But, you got to think about the other side of it, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's always another side to think about, Jared. But I also think that as a parent, again, I'm not going to not stand on the fact that if something's going to happen between me and my child, it can happen to me.
That's if I have to.
And yeah, and if that means I got to get shot, I'm going to take a bullet for my child, and that's the other side of it.
Absolutely, I would as well. But that's just something to think about.
Yeah. No, I agree. Thanks for your call, Jerry. We appreciate it. Brian, thanks for holding. You are on the Tory Lowe Show. What's your question or comment?
I just want to say that you guys have restored my faith in the black humanity of Milwaukee, especially with Tina and the passion of Damian Ellzey. You're right. When it comes to a child, there's no time to think strategic and be democratic about entertaining all types of archaic reasons and all that kind of stuff. You don't have time for that. You have to, as a man, as a black man, you have to stand for your child first,
right?
Irregardless of anything else. You got to stand in the gap to protect your own, because that's, at the end of the day, that's the only thing you own. You own what you create. You didn't own your jewelry. You don't own all your money or any of your archaic trinkets that you have, your houses, your cars, and all that BS. But at the end of the day, you only can protect and own what you create.
Right.
So when a father runs away from his child, that's just completely wrong. There's no explaining that. There's no adjudicating that. There's no rationalizing that. And that's the problem with black folks. Sometimes some black folks, being a contrarian and trying to look at all sides, yeah, that's fine for judicial things. But when you're talking about life and death of something that you create, we don't have time for that. You got to take that bullet, or you got to, you just have to stand with your child, period.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Brian. And that's the main thing that I have been trying to convey about this whole situation. Yes, regardless, it was a messed up situation, but at the end of the day, regardless, my child comes first. And Josh hit us up on our YouTube message board and said, if you not willing to die for your children, you shouldn't have them.
Right. Because on a
that's
pure,
pretty cut and clear there.
On a pure animalistic level and mammal species type level, you protect what you bring in this world.
Yep.
Any mammal or they're gonna go all out for their offspring.
Yeah. Yep. As well as you should. Sean, you are on the Tory Lowe Show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing, Damon? How you doing there, man? I hadn't seen you in quite a while, Mr. Hughes. But I just wanted to say that, I believe it was Sidney Poitier that said, it's not the true measure of a man is not about how many children you make, but how well you raise them. I just want to say that as my opening. I also want to say that may the Pearson of that child screaming for his daddy hunt that man for the rest of his life, and hunt that woman too. Because if they was involved in something that didn't have that child into a life where he could be protected from the get-go, where this nonsense wouldn't happen in the first place, had they been living a life of substance and not selling substances or so forth, or whatever it is to be said that they're doing, whatever they into. It didn't cause. It wasn't worth whatever it is they're doing. Is not worth that child happening to be in a situation like that. That child's gonna be scarred for the rest of his life. He's old enough to go. He's old enough. He's gonna remember that later on.
Yep.
That his father left him, and there's absolutely no way I would ever run from anybody that's about to harm my child. And I got 3 of them, and they all grown. Yeah. And they know what their dad's gonna do. Mm-hmm. They already know. I'm a peaceful man, but if you push me there, I will go for my children.
Mm-hmm.
There you go,
Sean. We appreciate that.
I've had situations where my children have withheld information from me, and then I find it out
because they know what your reaction would be.
Don't my daughter was running track, and she was getting messed around or something. And this is trivial, but and she was like, I was like, you want me to go say something? She's like, no, you stay from over there, and because I'm gonna go 100 for my kids.
I've had my daughters say the same thing. If I didn't like something, I would be like, hey, I'm gonna go up there. Dad, no, I got it. I got
away.
it. Yeah, because they know I'm gonna go hard for them,
once
regardless.
I get in it, it's over.
Yeah,
there ain't no coming back.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In that situation, with that in mind, if you run up on me and my daughter, any one of them, and you got a gun, I'm gonna scoop them behind me, and I'm gonna say, brother, what's up?
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna run off on my kids.
No.
Even if I know what you there, brother, what's up? I'm gonna calm you down. Hey, look, I know what you here for.
Yeah.
Let me take him in the house, or you could just watch him go in the house, and I'll go.
We can go discuss this.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Listen, the one time I got arrested in my life, the second or third time. That's neither here nor there. The exact time.
I ain't did no real time, no.
I ain't did no real time, no. I've been arrested a few times. But listen. So I did something. I was at a gas station. I may have told the story before now. I was at a gas station. I was having a bad day. I got some gas. I went inside, and my kids, my daughter had a bunch of her friends with her, and so it was 4th of July weekend. They was finna spend the night. So I'm flustered and doing all this stuff, and it was rough. I ain't have a lot of money. I put some money on the gas tank, bought some stuff for them, and then I go get in the car, and I pulled off without getting my gas. So then I came back, and I was like, hey, man, I forgot to get my gas, man. Whatever. He's like, what do you mean you forgot to get your gas? That's my racist voice. I should probably do that on the air, but that's how he was. And so he did that, and then I'm like, and we get into it. I'm like, man, I just forgot. Just let me go pump the gas, or just give me my little money back, and I can go some. We got into it, and the next thing I was like, bro, I'm having a bad day. My daughter is in the car. That's why I forgot. She's in the car with all her kids. This dude says, mother F your kids. I said, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother Z, I said, what?
That's how you could get arrested.
I told that he was behind the glass, right? I tore that whole gas station up. I wanted him to come from behind that glass, so I was about to put them paws on him. He wouldn't. He's like, I'm calling the police. I know, I'm going to call him. I called the police on myself. I said, Mr. Policeman, I just tore the gas station up because woo-woo wham. And that's the Milwaukee language. And he said, well, we're not coming for that. Just, we'll be there later, go home. If we need to talk to you, we'll talk to you. So I go home. The police call me and be like, we need to come talk to you. And I'm like, duh. So I called my ex-wife. I said, look, they about to come arrest me. I need you to come get these kids because I'm the only one here, right? So the police come. I'm out there kicking it with them. They're like, yeah, we're going to have to arrest you because the guy tried to say it was over $5,000 damage. We know it wasn't, but because he's saying this, we got to
do something.
We got to do something. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. But I'm not going nowhere with you. We're going to have some issues if you try to take me off right now because my kids is in the house by themselves. So I'm going to be wrestling with you. We don't got to go through all of that.
Right.
You just let my ex-wife come, pick up the kids.
And I'll go.
And I'll go.
Good. Yep.
And so that's what I'm saying. So even in that situation, if this man is a man of principle that's coming at you with this gun, if he has kids of his own or whatever, he's going to say, all right, little man, go in the house. And then you're going to go in the house, Jamal. No, go in the house. And then you do whatever you got to do with this man. But Jamal is not paying witness to this. And too many times we put ourselves above our kids, and that's how we end up in the situations we end up with our kids, and they raise up being the same way.
Being the same way. Yep. And the cycles continue.
Yeah.
And everyone talks about, breaking generational wealth and all this and all that. We got to be free and be healed with our minds first before we can try to figure out how to get some wealth. But good stuff, Dame. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up. You are and have been listening to Telly and the legendary Dame Ellzey, the cousin subs of the day, filling in for Tory Lowe. It's been a great conversation. We appreciate you, Truth Nation, for tapping in. Again, 833-212-1017. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. You're listening to The Tory Lowe Show.
It's The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 1017 The Truth, hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teens will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself.
I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Join Outreach on Thursday, July 31st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to learn how prenatal care, routine well child visits, and habits that empower parents for healthy pregnancy. Call 414-727-6320 to register today.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Nasty dogs.
DJ Brother Z know what to play on our way out. Hey, hey.
I just realized that.
I'm gonna leave it alone, though. I'm gonna leave it alone. We got an alpha in the building, and we got
respect.
And we got an alpha coming in after this show, and Dr. Ken Harris. Make sure that you tune in,
brothers. We love y'all.
No, for sure, for sure.
See, that's that D9 playful banter that y'all don't,
Yeah, if you know, right? No, Truth Nation, this has been real. We appreciate the calls, the text messages, the comments, because these are the things that I know from my time being on The Truth, this is the perfect platform to talk about these instances, because guess what? You're not going to have these type of in-depth conversations anywhere else. Everywhere else, this is just a story for the day, and they're going to keep moving on. But as members of this community, we need to understand not just, okay, this is a jacked up situation, but let's look in the future. How can we be there for this young Jamal White who had to experience something that no child should ever have to experience? And it's not just he needs the support of the community now. What about in a year or two? What about his development moving forward? This has been a very traumatic situation for this 7-year-old, where you have your mom that knew everything that was going on, your dad as well, and when someone jumps out of the car, that now you don't have the trust that you have anybody that's going to have your back. And we cannot imagine that, because we would always think that your parents are going to have your best interest at heart. And in this situation, that was not displayed. So definitely keep young Jamal White in your prayers, and let's try to together as a community help see this boy try to somewhat have a normal life after this.
Absolutely. That's our second that.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. We started with that, and that's what it ends with. It ends with the youth and the trauma that he's been through, the trauma that this community has been through, and protecting youth. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line of all of it.
Yes. So that's the music. That means we are out of here. Dame, it's been fun.
Yes, sir.
Always a good time to reconnect.
It was like riding a bicycle with my man Telly.
Yeah. DJ Brother Z, as always, holding it down. We appreciate it. Truth Nation, stay up. We appreciate you. Up next, you can join Dr. Ken Harris from 4 to 6. Again, Truth Nation, stay up, stay positive, be blessed. We out.
Cause a brand that the fans trust, so even if they ban us, they'll never slow my play.